Welcome to Soul Wisdom Unleashed. Soul Wisdom Unleashed. And this is just a little preview for the members and for members who have invited someone, invited a guest. And the reason why I do this is because every year when I do this, this is going into the fifth year of my soul community, we'll close the doors and then someone will say, is it possible to get one more friend in? Is it possible? Or people will email us when the doors close and says, can we join? Well, once the doors are closed, they're closed until we open them. Because I try to keep my soul community as intimate as possible, everyone, because we have the interactions with you and the guest and also the teachers. And I just wanted to show you for the new members, this officially starts in January, but the people that are in there now, the members, they get November, all the things in November, which is almost towards the end, and December, where they get the group reading, the webinars. It's like a bonus until the wait time starts in January. So come on in, everyone, come on in, come on in. And for those that are guests or that are new, this is your one-off, this is the one-off for you. Let me just tell you how I started my soul community, or better yet, why I started my soul community. About 4 or 5 years ago, I wanted one place. There was a lot of people. This is before COVID. We actually started this before COVID, and I wanted a place where everybody to go, like a spiritual resource center, a classroom, a spiritual sanctuary, because there's a lot of noise in the outside world. And you may not have the opportunity to go to a class, to go in person, or maybe a certain teacher is not in your area. And even though I travel across the United States, this is a place where people can go just to touch base, just to touch base. And the members that have been in there for 4 years, the many emails that I get are always, this is exactly what I needed. This is exactly what I needed. There's so much happening in the physical world. There's a lot of changes. The foundations are being rocked. Everything's changing. But one thing remains solid with everyone is your soul. Is your soul. That's not changing. All right. It grows, it transforms, but it's solid and it's always there. But we're in a physical world where we forget about our soul. And when I started doing mediumship, and people say, John, can you tap into my mother soul on the other side, or can you tap into the spirit? I wanted to show everyone that they are spirit discarnate, meaning out of the body. We are spirit incarnate. So the magic, all the magic that happens with them and all the abilities they have in the spirit world, you also have, everyone. You have the ability to tap into the soul, and that is the real you. Always remember this. The members hear me say this all the time. You're a soul that comes with the body, not a body that comes with the soul. Think about that. You're a soul that comes with the body, not a body that comes with the soul. You are a soul first. You're a soul long before you came here, and you're going to be a soul long after you leave here, many years from now, many, many, many years from now. So the abilities that they have, you're also inside of you. All right. So that's what I wanted to start my soul community. And funny enough, and I believe in synchronicity, I talk about it through all the programs. This came out just after COVID happened. Yeah. Yep. Isn't that was perfect timing, because that was when Zoom was big and everybody needed a place to go to retreat to. So for my soul community, this is your one-stop resource center in there. But I'm not going to go in there and I'll show you what's coming up. But in there is the 4-year programs that I did. And I started off with basically really quickly, Power of the Soul, what the soul is, how to tap into it, the foundation, how to live your story and not somebody else's. And that lesson was called Believe in the Impossible, letting go of your past conditionings of what you were taught by society, by your parents. And a lot of you might have a spiritual awakening. You start taking the classes, you jump from class to class to class, and you just start with the soul. Your soul will guide you. Your soul will guide you. The second program that I did in there for year 2 was Soul Purpose and Soul Blueprints. And your soul purpose, everyone, okay? And I know the members who have been in there know this, but for anyone who was watching, who was new, your soul purpose is why you are here. You are meant to do something. You do matter. Believe it or not, you are meant to do important work here, using the sole purpose of being all that you can be, a divine being from God, using your gift, talents, and ability. So your sole purpose doesn't have to be a career. It doesn't have to turn into a career. We all have a gift. We all have an ability. We all have a talent. But most of us just take it for granted and say, well, I'm just a good cook, or I'm a good designer, even though you never went to school for, or I can do floral design, or I know how to do things mechanically. And I found that when, with my ability, psychic ability and creative, I was very creative as a child. Those were my gifts that I was born with. All right, those were the seeds. Everybody has a seed planted within their soul before you were born. That's your gift, talent, or ability that's meant to be shared with others. And I think that's what everything is. Everyone, we are meant to help each other. Believe it or not, I know there's a lot of separation here, but we're meant to help each other while we're here. And if you use your gift, talent, and ability, no matter what it is, all right, you could be a good cook. You could be a good cook, and everybody comes to you for the pasta and meatballs, right? I know my mom used to do this. And people come, they eat your food, but what happens is they stop. This is a true story, by the way. Okay, there's a woman who is a cook, and everybody, the neighbors go to her house, and she's talking to them, and she has many years. All right, she has many years on her, and as they're eating her food, they just happen to open up. They just open up to her, talk about their issues, what they're going through. And this woman who has wise wisdom from all her years, right? She starts giving them advice and her experience. So her soul gift, she has the ability to cook, but the real soul gift is sharing her wisdom and teachings with others. You see? And she gives that away. Now, I'm not saying give it all away all the time if you have a career of this, but in the beginning, I pushed down my psychic ability, my creative ability as an artist as a little boy. And I forgot about it, pushed it away because it wasn't normal. I was called names. And then an accident, an automobile accident, woke me up, changed my life, and I became aligned with what I was supposed to be doing. I started developing more intuitively, taking the psychic classes, left a relationship that was way too long, got my own place, started being with people that were a like mind. When you walk away from an accident, everyone, without a scratch and the car is totally gone, that's a clue. All right. But you don't have to have an accident or to have your soul awaken. Mine was traumatic. All right. And I had a soul awakening. That was my wake up call. And that's your soul's way of saying, let's do this one more time. Let's try. Because your soul, everyone, it's going to try to get your attention. Go this way, but we don't listen to it. Intuition will speak to the soul. Intuition is the language of the soul, but we don't listen to it. Right. So here at my soul community, I get the members to follow their soul, how to do the soul shift meditation, to go up to your soul, also into the soul energy, how to tap into those resources. Because there are many times in your physical life, you think that if I only get the best job, I'd be happy. If I can get more money, I'd be happy. If I can get that relationship with someone, I'd be happy. Right? You keep filling it, you try to fill it. Some people fill it with eating, some people fill it with overworking, some people fill it with trying to get the relationships. Some people fill it by drinking. There's something missing. You could have all these things, you fill it with physical things, and then what happens? You still say, you know what? I still feel empty. Something's missing. Something is missing. Yeah. So I try to tell you, instead of going out here, right, in that hole that you have there, that, that shift, you say, I have something more. Is this my life? Right? And if you say to yourself, everyone, I can't keep doing this. Why do I keep doing this? Why does this happen to me? Why am I always in this situation? I've got to stop this. That's your soul's way of saying, come here, come here. What about me? What about checking in with me? I can help you. Yeah. So that's why I started my soul community, everyone. So the first one was Power of the Soul. The second one's Soul Purpose, like I said, and Soul Blueprint. And your soul blueprint, right? It's something that you can't put in front of you. Just really quickly, everyone, think about this. If you were to think, all right, no matter what age you are, think back to the situations in your life that had meaningful shifts, that shifted you in your life. Mine was obviously, when my mom moved us suddenly to another place unexpectedly because of a situation. And then I met a photographer. That was in my blueprint. All right. So blueprint is the conditions in front of you that I really believe that before you come here, all right, I believe that you set your plan of where you want to go. Sometimes we listen to it, but the outside world is pulling you away from it. I chose probably, which I know for a fact, to be a teacher. All right. But it wasn't until many years later, after doing all these jobs and getting into an accident, that I started following it. You have to go back to your past. So I met a photographer. She took me to California. Then I was at a talent agency. I was going to go out there to do some stage work. They took me on. I moved to California. The accident happened. So blueprint. Did I program the accident? I don't know. Right. And then I met somebody. Then I started getting after the accident, that's when all my psychic abilities started to happen. And then I met someone, stepped on their foot by accident, blueprint. Then I got to go to England, blueprint, right? Meaning it's a stamp, like mile markers, right? So if you think back in your past, think of all the people and the places, the most significant things that happened in your life. Did it lead you towards a better life? Did it lead you towards where you are now? Did it lead you to transform one step at a time? Or were you pulled away because you were scared, because you didn't believe in yourself, or did someone else pull you away? You might have started taking a class on something, and someone might have said to you, you're taking that, you're never going to do it. You listen, and then we listen to that. So my soul blueprint, let you can see the points in your life. Soul blueprints. Now, where am I going? I'm just going to make sure I stay to those mile markers. What makes me happy, what fills my soul, what you love doing. That's all soul purpose, whatever you love doing. When you were a kid, what did you love doing? What do you read? What do people tell you you're good at? These are all clues of what your soul purpose is. Yeah. All right. Mine, I finally went back to it. Intuitive ability, teaching, and the creative arts. Yeah. So that's what we talked. That's a year of that. And year two. And year three is living as a soul. Taking all that wisdom from the past that we've learned here in my soul community and bring it into your physical life, right? Now, I'm not saying that I walk around and start humming and chanting. There's going to be ups and downs, all right? You're going to be ups and downs, but every spiritual practice you have, it's like roots in a tree, get deeper and deeper. So when that storm comes, that tree's not going to fall over. You have your spiritual practices, yeah? Okay, and then fourth year, which we just left, soul senses, the unfoldment of your the psychic soul, the psychic part of you, the intuitive part of you. Because you don't just take a workshop on a weekend, everyone, and then all of a sudden you know about your abilities. We all have them. So there was a year of that, right? On top of the webinars and the guests and the many, many guests here. And I said to the members and to myself, what can I teach this year that is that because we're going into the fifth year now, and some members are still there with me. What can I teach this year? And I said, I know. Every year, all right, you're going to see tons of guests, New York Times bestseller, a lot of Hay House people. And all these guests, by the way, that come in, when I ask them to come into my soul community, and they work with the members. It's not like me just interviewing them about the book. You get to interact with them, the guests, the special guests. They help give their wisdom. You can bring your situations or concerns in there or what you're going through. So that's what I love. And all the guests, all of them, all said yes. All said yes because they know they're sharing their wisdom and they know they're going to be with like-minded people. All right. So I just wanted to show you what we came up with. All right. With a lot of work in the background. The portal has changed. It has grown. It's easier to get around. But I wanted to show you what I planned, what I came up for this year. Master teachers of spiritual wisdom. We all love different topics about metaphysics and spirituality and self-help. So that's what I did. I called in a team of 11 people, handpicked, New York Times bestsellers and top teachers. And once again, they all said, we'd be more than happy to come, John, into your community. And it's John's, my soul community. It's not mine. It's yours, everybody. Okay. So let me just do that. Laura, I will do that for them. And let me just share the screen with you, everybody. Okay. And I just want to show you. And this is the first time that the new members are seeing this also in this form. And all the guests, welcome. All right. So the first one, we're going to just go deeper into soul purpose, opening the door to sacred knowledge. Every soul that incarnates into a physical body carries a unique seed within it, representing your gift, talent, ability. This special gift aids you in fulfilling your mission, which I refer to as your soul purpose. Even though we did a year of that, mixed with other ones, okay, in year two, this goes a little deeper, all right? I'm the first teacher, all right? Rightly so, all right? I'm the first teacher, and I just get more into it because the members that have been here in the past and the new ones coming in, you might need a review of this, right? And I will also help you. What is my soul purpose, John? How do I tap into it? How do I tap into it? Really quickly, because there was some, I don't want to go through every slide with an explanation, but there was one woman in the community, and she was an older woman. She might be listening right now. And she said, John, I love talking about metaphysics, psychic sciences, spirituality, spirituality more so. And I said, okay. And she said, I love teaching it, talking about it, but I have nowhere to do this. And I said, all right, let's talk about this. I said, where do you live? She lives in a senior housing. And I said, where my mom used to live, there was a coffee room where they had coffee every Wednesday afternoon, or they played bingo, or some people brought in families in there and they would have a meal. I said, is there a community room? And she said, yes. I said, why don't you just put up a sign? Because here in my soul community, there's a thing called, there's a an hour that we do with Laura Worcester called the Spiritual Cafe, where you get to come in and talk about whatever you want in a spiritual matter. Because sometimes everyone, we don't have sometimes people around us where we can talk about the things, about the afterlife or psychic ability or manifesting. So what she did, just like I told her, I said, why don't you put up a sign, spiritual talk with coffee? And then you decide who, I said to you, and then you said, I said, you take a consensus and then you pick one topic for the night. And believe it or not, she came back on. She said, John, they love it. They love it every once a week or every other week. They are in there, these elderly people talking about self-help, um, new age, metaphysics, energy. I think it's fantastic. And she's living her soul purpose and she's giving it away. Why do I say giving it away, everyone? Sharing. Because when you give away your gift or share it with others, your aura lights up, and that's when the magic happens. That's when other things happen in your life of what your desires or what's for your highest good. All right. When I started living it, all the right people started happening. If it wasn't from synchronicity and following my soul plan, I wouldn't be John Holland. I wouldn't be the medium, and I never set out to be a medium. I wouldn't have the books or on Hay House Radio or on television or spend time in England, all across the country, the US, Australia. This is not me bragging, guys. I never thought would happen when I was younger. I just started following the path. There were highs and lows. It's not always easy because some people think that when you follow your spiritual path, everything's going to open up and everything's lovely, right? There's going to be highs and lows. But for spiritual practice, anytime anything gets to me, I don't take too long in dwelling on it because I know there's a spiritual solution for this. All right. All right. So the next one. The New Relationship Blueprint. That's my buddy right there, Nancy Levin. Okay. She has a great book. And our relationships, right there, it says it, guys. I don't need to read it for you. Part of the learning process. The second lesson of series focus on giving yourself permission to put yourself first. And why did I want this? All right. We're all in relationships. Every relationship you're in, good, bad, the hardest ones, I think you learn the most from. All right. Okay, if you choose to do something when that happens, but when the new relationship blueprint, it's how to come first. Because with the spiritual practice, everyone, all right, it's about you. All right, it's about you making yourself living better, a soul-led life. You trying to get rid of the things that were instilled in your life. You trying to be a kind person, watching your thoughts. All right, because thoughts really do manifest whatever you're thinking. So this Nancy is a fantastic. She's been through some quite dramatic relationship stuff. So she's going to come in and teach the members about how to put yourself first, not in a selfish way, about the relationships in your life, how to learn from them. She is a master teacher. That's why I call this Master Teachers of Spiritual Wisdom. All right. And she is a fantastic teacher. As a matter of fact, this woman, okay, this woman, Nancy Levin, she was the head director, all right, event director for the I Can Do It conferences. Every conference that happened, it's because she did it. Now she's an author. Now she's teaching, living her soul purpose. All right. And I think we do need help with relationships sometimes, not in a therapeutic way, but her teaching, fantastic. I wanted to do different subjects because relationships are big, finances are big, anxiety with people are big. We've got that. Your soul's plan written is your soul plan's written in the star. This is Dorothy Morgan. I'm so excited about this. Everybody thinks you just read your horoscope. There's so much more into it. When you find out where your star sign is, and she's going to take us through this, all right? She's lesson 3 in the 3rd month. Your sun sign, just like numerology, when you were born, the exact time where the planets were, It really is like it's like a soul blueprint. It shows your characteristics, your traits, your gifts, what you're good at. So using your soul blueprint, the knowledge from my soul community and Dorothy helping us with sun signs, fantastic. This is so much more than horoscope. And a lot of you might say, but we can learn this on, we can go to YouTube. Yeah, you could, but you're not going to be able to interact with them. You're not going to get your questions answered. All right. You see all the recordings on there. This is working with them. This is new knowledge, and it all comes back to the soul. I will always be in here to guide you, to mentor you, to go back to the soul about this, to go back to the soul. So I am so looking forward because this will be my first time. We've worked with numerologists in here a few times, Glynis McCann, but this is the first time to understand your sun sign in astrology and where you're at. Fantastic. Fantastic. I want it every month to be like you go into a new classroom. All right. Four, the universe is talking to you. Now, this is a new woman. When I was doing some work on synchronicity, I was working with A. I was doing mystical connections, on camera, live. And I love synchronicity. I don't believe it. There are some coincidences, but I believe that there really aren't many. Synchronicity guides you. You can invoke synchronicity, how to watch the signs, whether it's numbers, whether it's certain symbols, certain signs. Tammy Mastrobi, her book is called The Universe is Talking to You. Fantastic, fantastic teacher. I was interviewed by her about 12 years ago for her magazine or for her, I believe it was for her that she had a magazine or she was a writer for. And when I was going through synchronicity, up came her name and her new book. So now she's not just interviewing people, she's talking about and teaching synchronicity. And synchronicity, once again, also another language of the soul. When you learn to watch the signs, to watch how to invoke them, meaning to call on synchronicity. What's a true sign in synchronicity? The more you notice, the more it's going to happen. All right. But there is a formula. And I did learn this, everyone. When synchronicity happens, look at these words from Robert Moss. Synchronicity is the universe getting personal. Ooh, is that not good? Synchronicity, when it happens, it's the universe getting personal. And with synchronicity, when it does happen, you see the person, it happens all the time. You've seen the person you've been thinking of, they share some information that you could have used. You're thinking about another job, you meet somebody that already works there in a supermarket, and they tell you about the place. And you might say, wow, wasn't I lucky? Wasn't I at the best? Wasn't I there at the perfect place at the perfect time? Wow, aren't I lucky? Wow, I must have an angel on my shoulder. Those are all experiences of synchronicity, everyone. I can't wait. I keep saying that I can't wait for the lessons. I don't know who's more excited, me or the members who are going to take all this. Dougal Fraser, um, brilliant. I just did some work with him at Omega. I know him personally. He's a friend. He's a colleague. You want to know about the aura, how to see the colors, what the colors mean, how to expand your aura, how to bring in color to make things happen in your life, how to see the aura, feel it, see it. Fantastic. Lovely teacher. The members and myself, so blessed that he's going to come in and teach a whole lesson. Not me just interviewing, teaching all the members. So excited. Of course, Anita Morjani, a woman who died, was resuscitated, and came back. Right? She had tumors in her body. She came back. She met her dad on the other side, told her some things that she would be doing here. She opened for Wayne. She was working with Wayne Dyer for many years, and she was on before in one of the years, but it was about empathy, the sensitivity of you. Sensitivity is your new. Her book is called "Sensitivity is Your New Strength." Or sensitivity. She did a whole book on sensitivity and being empathic or having empathy. But this time she's going to talk about experience on the other side, what she saw, but what she brought back here with her. And her saying, guys, is this: you don't have to die to begin living. You don't have to die to begin living. So she is going to talk about her near-death experience and what she learned and how this life is important to you, or what you can learn in this life. Her knowledge is so much more than just I died and came back. I was with her on a cruise last year. Her knowledge has just expanded. It's the most amazing spiritual teacher. And when I asked her, she said, absolutely, I'll come in and work with the members. I can't wait till January. That's why we did November and December. You can still get in there. Discovering your spiritual connections. That's not my dog, by the way. For all the dog lovers out there, for all the animal lovers, you even have a soul contract with them, why they came into your life. And you think that you chose the animal? I beg to differ, everyone. I think that they chose you. And there are lessons in there. And she'll teach us about the connection that we have with them, the contract that we have, how to communicate with your animals. She is fantastic. She also trained another friend of mine, Eden Zook, who's an animal communicator, brilliant teacher. And Danielle has her whole huge program where she teaches others how to be animal communicators. So I'm so looking forward to that. And tell me you're not an animal lover in there. All right. What I just showed, tell me you're not an animal lover. Tell me you don't like stuff about colors and aura. Tell me you don't like stuff about learning stuff about relationships or star signs. I had to really think this out. Signs of our times. This is Crystal Banner. Met her recently too. What I love, these are some of them are new people. She's with Hay House. She came up with her own Oracle deck, but she's also a businesswoman. All right, that's her background. She is the most down to earth, lovely girl. She's heard of me. I've never heard of her till I saw her on uh, a clip that Hay House did. I saw her on a webinar that she did. And I said, I have to get this woman. I have to get this young lady. So she's going to come in there using her cards and the signs of our times, how oracles can give you a clue about not just, it's not meant to be woo, it's like oracles can spark your intuition, oracles can give you guidance, oracles can work through your soul, whether it's cards, a pendulum, your numerology, but she is known for her oracle deck and doing so well with it, brought her in. And she's heard of me, but when I called her, once again, she said, I'd be happy to come in, John. Yeah, okay. Let's talk about loneliness. I know for a fact there's a lot of people. There's being alone, and then there's being lonely. All right. There are many people. Maybe you live by yourself. Maybe you don't get out much. Maybe you don't have a lot of people around you or support. And this is Simone Hang, and she is from Singapore. Okay. She wrote a book called Let's Talk About Loneliness. If you look her up, everyone, look on TED Talk. She is lecturing all over the world. It is such a big topic, loneliness, and she's going to come in there and help us with it. All right, from her experience about how to work with loneliness, it's not match.com, okay? But there's a whole subject on it about being by yourself and where you're going and why and the how to have the right people come into your life. And what I love about Simone, everyone, so she's in Singapore. And I said to her, when we broadcast, we usually do it 7 o'clock at night. Hey, everybody. We usually do it at 7 on the East Coast, but different times. I said, you know what, Simone? I said, I can do it in an afternoon and just record it. And she said, no. So she will. So when we're live with her, I think it's going to be 7 a.m. in the morning, her time in Singapore, right? If she's in that part of the country. So, and she said, yes, I met her at an I Can Do a conference. The most gorgeous, cute, I shouldn't say cute, gifted speaker. Look at her up on TED Talk if you want. Let's talk about loneliness. All right. And I don't have to sell these people because they're here to, it's not just about the book, it's about teaching the members about the soul, attraction, how to live a soul-led life, the hidden powers of past life. This is Sandy Taylor. All right. I've known her, a Hay House author. She's big with karmic lessons. She's big with manifesting. Her book went to New York Times, but she's also brilliant with the hidden powers of your past lives. And she's going to be at Omega with us next year also. She's going to take the members through the past life regression. She's going to talk about it, how to pick up the clues from your past life to bring them forward, okay? To change some of that karma in you. So tell me you don't love that. This is all the stuff. I don't know. I keep saying it. Forgive me. I don't know who's more excited, the members or you. All right. And you might think you can come to every single lesson. All right. It's once a month, all for you. And I think if you took a 2-hour lecture on past lives or any one of these, right, you're going to pay. That's for the one, right? With My Soul Community, you get it all. You get it all. 11, The Healer Within, Estelle Bingham, right? Another Hay House author in the UK, amazing healer. She's going to talk about the healing ability inside of you. She is going to talk about how to send energy. She's probably going to do the healing with you all too, she will put that out, the healing. Wonderful healer. She was at the one of the mystical connections, and I saw her work while we were in the studio, and I was behind the scenes, and I was watching her. But more importantly, everybody, I was feeling the energy that she was emanating. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. The healer within. Learn to harness the incredible healing ability that's with us all. She's new with Hay House, Estelle Bingham from the UK, and she will be joining us. So thrilled because we all have a healing ability. Okay, we all have that, how to turn it on, how to help your body, your mind, your spirit, physical, mental, spiritual. Yeah. And when you heal everything, when you work on everything, guys, when you become spiritual, you already are spiritual because you're a spiritual being. But when you work on things, that's when a lot of things are going to come up in your life. Stuff that you pushed down, pushed away, you couldn't deal with. You've got to heal it. You got to feel it to heal it. And they will come up, but we're here as a community to talk it out with you. We're not therapists, right? Nor do we say not go to a doctor, but we have these ability. And once you begin to heal yourself, that's when other things start to happen also, where the anxiety comes down, the nervousness comes down, finances get a little better. All right. Because that's what you're attracting, because that's what you're thinking. All right. So Estelle Bingham. And the next one, also the last one. I can't, how can I not talk about this? As a soul, we're connected to the living, bridging two worlds. There's spiritual realms out there, everyone. That's the title of my book. But notice I said mystery guest. I taught the first one. Well, we got a special guest coming in here that I'm not going to share it right away yet with you though, okay? Because it has to be confirmed, but I think it almost is. So that'll be the last lesson of the series. We're teaching you because you have teachers, guides, mentors, spirit. You got helpers here. You got friends here. Don't forget, you got a team, a spirit team on the other side. You got the angels, your guides, your loved ones. All right, spirit helpers, and spirit helpers can be friends. You got your loved ones, angels and guides on the other side. And you got to balance the two. You got the spiritual world, but you have your physical world too. How to bring that assistance into your life. Yeah. Okay. And through it all, too, about bridging two worlds, that's what I love about them. I get to be with you every other month doing a group reading. Doing group reading. Where I'll do group readings, where I'll do mediumship or a soul reading or psychic. Very well attended. And I feel like I'm not, I'm not going to force, right? You have to say, your soul has to say, okay, something's ringing true with me with this from the past program or what I just showed you. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing for a moment. All right, everyone. Okay. All right. So basically, with all the things about the soul and the guests and the webinars, it all well and good. All right. But for the members, welcome back. For the people, the new members, welcome. All right. For the people thinking, you know what, I'm not a member yet, but I'm thinking the doors are closing at the end of the week. We have to. All right. Because we try to keep it as intimate as possible. All right. But the people that go in there now, they have access to everything. We got a group reading that's coming up in December. Laura's got a spiritual cafe that's coming up here. I'm teaching. So I just wanted to come on here. Laura, I don't know if people have questions or if you want to ask anything, everyone. I just want to give you a little preview of Soul Wisdom Unleashed. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited going through the soul plan and blueprint. And without knowing that, I really don't know if there would be a John Holland. It'd be me. I might be doing something else, but how when I followed through my own lessons, and I've been a medium for 25 years, but all the teachers that I've studied with, all my colleagues, all my friends, I wanted to share that. So you could have a spiritual touch point. All right. You can go right into the community. And you talk to us also with the private Facebook Live too. So, Laura, I don't know if we have questions, if someone wants to ask, or we're good. Oh, there's the Q&A. Okay.
Diane says, Anita, hooray. We all love Anita.
Anita's fantastic. When she's on stage, magic happens. Also, just like with Estelle Bingham, with that energy she puts out. It is to me, it is all magic, okay, in a good way. All right. So that's what I wanted to show you, everyone. How do you go about Very good question. All right. We will show that, okay, or tell you mysoulcommunity.com. All right. Mysoulcommunity.com. And I'm pretty sure, let me just see, guys, hold on really quickly. I beg your pardon. Beg your pardon. Okay. Da, da, da. Yep. You just go to mysoulcommunity.com and you will be able to get that. All right, mysoulcommunity.com. Oh, I didn't even talk about this because uh, a lot of people, there have been people that come into my soul community. Now, I teach about psychic ability and soul senses. It's all part of the program, but not dedicated to that. One person who was a medium came in and she said, "You know what, John? I came in here because I'm a medium." She said, "But I learned so much about the soul that just adds to my practice this year. Um, I am there's a there's a VIP spot in there. I wanted to keep it small for years and years and years. People saying, John, can you mentor me as a medium? Can you tell me we're looking for we look for people who know how to link to the other side, how to get if you can link to the other side, know who the person is, whether you're a professional medium or a student of mediumship, as long as you know how to link and get to the other side, because I will mentor where you're at for education that you have. So we kept that group small. That's a VIP situation where it's my mediumship mentoring program within. So the people that have already signed up, not a lot of spaces left there, they get to also experience all of my soul community. But you're with me once a month separately for medium mentoring, right? That's a separate program, but we do have other options in there too. So anything you have to do, you just go to my soul community. Look at it all, guys. Let your soul between what I told you, and I don't feel like I have to push and sell. The wisdom that's in there and the teaching speaks for itself. All right. I've been doing this work, all right, for many years. I have a good reputation. But you got 25 years experience with my colleagues, friends, myself for there. I want it to be one spiritual place for you to go to, one touch point. One, when the outside world goes a little too much for you, I need to do this. And a lot of people are hopping off social media to go in here, especially the people that are learning to meditate for that quiet spot. There's so much in there, guys. I'm not going to list it all. All right. I'd rather you look at my soul community, look at the page, look at the choices. I've never showed ahead of time what I just did, showing you what's up and coming. So for all the new members, tell me you're not excited. For all the people who are in the past, such a different year. All these different subjects, right? Because there's plenty in there over the 4 years. You're talking what, 48 programs? I mean, 48 lessons, right? But there's no end game, everyone. Before I leave, but I wanted it to be this. People say, I don't have time. It's not a program where you have to take each one, right? I designed my soul community to go at your own pace. Some people have busy lives. You might say, I only have an hour a month. Perfect. Watch one of those. Watch one of the guests. Listen to one of the meditations. Okay. Look at some of the worksheets that are in there. A lot of worksheets that come with it too. Yeah. So I wanted it to be go at your own pace because your spiritual journeys, there's not an end destination, right? It's a continuous journey, guys, that we do here. Hopefully following our soul, helping it listen to its guidance. I'm just helping you awaken that soul that's already there, that's been trying to get your attention for a very, very, let me say it again, very long time. So, and then you want to know who are listening, just go to my soul community and look and see. Think about it, guys. Okay. All right. But not too long. All right. Laura, is there anything else you want to add, my love?
Laurie said, love the opportunity and so looking forward to participating. Thank you. And Alice said, so excited, great preview, but also grateful for access to the portal. Such gifts. Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
And Candace asked, will the community calls be on Zoom with cameras on or on webinar? They are on camera. Yeah.
Oh, yes, guys. Not now, we're not. But during the live lessons, it's your choice. I see them. I like seeing you smiling faces. All right. But some people, right, Laura, they just use their name because, because some people like, you know what, this is just for me. Everyone's exactly where they're supposed to be, right? This is your opportunity, yours. And then maybe what you learn. And I always say everyone's exactly where they're supposed to be because I wish I could, some friends or relatives that I could help with their lives and teach them a new way, right? But you can't change anyone. We just had Chris Carr on. She did us a big favor about how to be self-care and how selfish doesn't mean it's a bad being selfish with your time. And I love it when she said, people say, oh, it's selfish. That's usually coming from other people. Selfish mean doesn't have to be a bad thing, right? That's usually other people's opinion. Selfish is taking time for you. You got to grab the oxygen mask first. In other words, like they say on a plane, then you can give it to someone beside you. So she came in there and she said, one woman asked, how can she change her mother, who's in her 70s, the way she thinks? And Chris said, the only changing you do is a baby's diaper. So you can't change anybody, right? But if you if you're showing signs of happiness and things are starting to happen to you, then it's okay to share it. If someone says to you, everyone, um, what's happening with you, Joan? Why are you seem to be happy, things are happening for you. What happened? What changed? Then it's okay to share. So this is your time, everyone. Yeah, this is your time. And that's why I wanted to do, refer a friend. So it's not too late for the members who wanted to refer someone, or for you who you're not in the membership yet. Okay, so you have friends, because a lot of people want to bring them in after the door closed, but I have to keep it closed, guys. All right, so I can work with the people, and it doesn't open up again till next year. All right, so what else, Laura? Any last questions?
People are asking about what day of the week do these usually happen? Typically on Thursdays for the live calls.
Yep.
John also does his podcast on Mondays at 1 p.m. Eastern, but of course that will be recorded.
Yep.
Yeah,
But
so
what I also did, Laura, to make it a little easier for people, the mediumship mentoring part of the program, that's just the, separate thing every Saturday. And also when I do the group live readings, Saturday afternoon. Here in New England in the winter, everyone, I don't mind being in on January, February, or March, or April on a weekend for you because you know what the weather is like. So I opened it up for Saturday. So right in the middle of the afternoon. So everyone, no matter what time zone, yeah, you can come in. But they're usually Thursday nights for the lessons. Every one of them is recorded. And we put it right back into the portal for you to watch the next day. So it doesn't matter if your camera's on or it's your camera's off. I prefer to see you, but it's your choice, guys. All right, because it's for you. Anything else, Laura?
Anne Marie asked, is the mentoring program available in payments or just one sum payment? For the mentoring program, it's upfront.
Yeah,
Um,
because we want that commitment. And so, because we know that when people do this, because it's live, but have a look in there and see if that works for you. But also, I'm just glad that they get to be part of the whole community, Laura. So they're
yeah.
part of the mentoring program, but also they get to enjoy all the benefits from that's in the portal for my soul community. Also, and don't worry too, though, if it fills, which it will, the mentoring program. There'll be more, darling. Well, I'll do something on the side. Okay. And if it doesn't work for you, then that's fine. All right. Another opportunity will come along for you. All right. Anything else, Laura?
No, just remember go to mysoulcommunity.com and there's three options actually. There's the monthly for the
Mhm.
just for the community.
Yep.
Um, there's the
Yearly for
monthly
the
option,
community and then the mentoring one, the VIP.
right?
Yeah.
There's for the regular community, there's a monthly option and there's a full year option as well.
Yeah. And guys, one last thing too. This is a place where there are like-minded souls all on the same page. And I always tell my members, look, you want to meet someone, take a class, all right? If you like cooking, take a cooking class. You like flower arranging, take flower arrangement. If you're passionate about stained glass or sea glass or mechanics or whatever it is, all right? And you take a class, right? At least you know that there's gonna be other people there who love what you're doing. All right, that's what I tell people. As you got online dating. Also, I mean, I'm talking about this, but I'm saying, my soul community is a place where we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about the soul. This is the safe place, everyone. And the people that have been there since the beginning, we all know we know each other. We joke with each other. It's a community. mysoulcommunity.com. Remember, your soul knows what you want. It really, really does. But it also knows what you need. And it try to brings it in. The question is, are you going to let it? All right. All right, everyone. Have a soul-filled day. Have a fantastic, fantastic Thanksgiving. And remember, Thanksgiving is not just about the pilgrims and eating a turkey. Thanks for giving. All right? One kind act creates a ripple effect that reaches farther than you could ever imagine. All right, everyone, have a fantastic, fantastic day. I can't wait to meet you all and start the program in January, but there's full access now with other stuff for people in November and December. All right, everyone, have a good night and or good day or good morning, and hopefully I'll see you in there, mysoulcommunity.com. All right, guys. Thank you, Laura.